Hi guys, since my summer holidays have officially started, I've been thinking about what I want my language goals to be for this summer, so I've made a list in my bullet journal of all my language goals for this summer. It looks like quite a few goals, but most of these aren't really that time consuming, so I don't really think it is too much. We'll see how it goes though. But for this summer I think my main languages are going to be Japanese and Swedish, because those are my main languages in general, and I also hope to do quite a bit of German. On top of that, I would like to learn some basics for Armenian and Georgian, because I'm going on a trip to Armenia and Georgia, and I've looked online like a little bit, and from what I remember, Armenian is an Indo-European language, but it's not really related to another Indo-European language I think, and I believe Georgian isn't even an Indo-European language, so I don't know, I think it's going to be quite tough to actually learn the language, so I just would like to learn some basic phrases and like the script, and that's really all. I think Armenian and Georgian are also just difficult languages to learn because there aren't that many resources out there, I think. I mean, I haven't looked that extensively, but just from like searching online I haven't found that much yet. But if you do have some resources for those languages, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be very grateful for that. I'd also like to learn some Russian, just get to a basic level of Russian, because I feel like that would be a good second language to know in Armenia and Georgia, but I don't really know how far I get with Russian. We'll see. So on to my actual goals. My first list here is Duolingo, and for Duolingo I'd like to finish the German tree, and I think I'm like on level 11 or something, but I've studied German in high school, so most of it is repetition I think, so I don't think it should really take me that long, but I haven't been working on it very actively, honestly. I would like to get my Japanese level to level 15. I think I'm currently on like 12 or 13, so that's not really that much work, I think. Italian I would like to get to level 13, and I think I'm currently on like level 9 or 10 maybe, so it's also not that many levels. For French, Russian and Danish I would like to reach level 10 for each of those, and I think for Danish and Russian, did I say Danish? I don't remember, but for Danish and Russian I'm currently on level 6, and I think for French, I don't know, maybe level 8, I'm not entirely sure, but at least higher than level 6, so it's only a couple of levels for each language, so that shouldn't really take me too long. The next category on my list is reading, and I'd like to read a Swedish book, a French book and a German book, because those are really the languages that I feel most comfortable in reading, because like I can't really say that much in French anymore, but I studied it in high school, so I do still have like a lot of passive knowledge, so reading isn't that hard, and I just want to be doing it a lot more. My next category is workbooks, and this is really what's probably the most time consuming of all of my goals, because my first goal is to finish Japanese from 0 to, that's this book, and I'm really not too far in, so yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of work, but also like the first book was really easy to get through. I finished it in a couple of weeks I think, so this also shouldn't really take me too long I think. Next I'd like to get to chapter 10 of my restart books. I am currently on chapter 4, so that's only a couple of chapters, but these take me way longer to get through than the Japanese from 0 book, so it's not very realistic to say that I'm going to finish the entire book this summer. I'd like to, but I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm just going to try to get to chapter 10. And my last workbook goal is just to start German tutor, so that's really simple honestly, but I'm going to finish the German tree on Duolingo first, and then I'm going to start this one, but I don't really care how much I work in it. I just want to get started because I have no idea how time consuming it's going to be or how difficult, so we'll see. Next on my list is watching, and I'd like to watch 5 Swedish programs. I'd like to watch a French movie and a German movie, and like I know there's a lot of great French movies out there, but it's very likely that I'm just gonna watch Intouchable again, because that's my favourite. That's like one of my all-time favourite movies anyway. So but I think I've never actually seen it without subtitles, but it is a French movie, so I think I should just watch the movie without subtitles because I'm already so familiar with the story. For German movies, I don't really know what I'm gonna watch, but we do have quite a few German films on DVD, I think, but I don't know, I'm gonna have a look. But if you do have some recommendations from like French movies or German movies, definitely let me know. I also want to watch some more anime this summer. I never really watched that much anime when I was younger, but I recently kind of started again because I'm learning Japanese now and I was just interested in it, and I was just thinking like just hearing the sound of Japanese might already help. But I was surprised that there were actually quite a few words that I could pick up on, like not really that many, but just there are just a lot of very simple phrases that I know that just get used a lot, and it's really cool if you recognize those. So yeah, it's just really nice that I could actually already understand some things from it, so I definitely want to watch more anime. Next I have my speaking goals, and these are just really my video making goals, because I'd like to make a video in Swedish, a video in German, and also a video in another language, but I don't yet really know what language that's going to be. I feel like if I would kind of revise my French, that would probably be easiest, but I definitely would need to revise it. Or I could do like a really simple video in Japanese perhaps, but I don't think I can just like randomly talk. Then it would probably need to be scripted, so I'm gonna have to think about what I want to do for that one, but I definitely would like to make another video in another language. The last category is my miscellaneous goals. I'd like to learn the Armenian script. I'd like to learn the Georgian script. I think there are like three types of scripts, but I think they only use one in like everyday life, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But I'd also like to learn the Cyrillic alphabet. I already started learning it, but I haven't been studying Russian like for the last few weeks, so I already forgot it. So I definitely need to revise that and just need to practice writing, because I haven't really done that so far. Then I'd like to learn 10 basic phrases in Armenian and 10 basic phrases in Georgian. I'd also like to finish the Japanese from 0-1 course on Memrise, because I already finished the Japanese from 0-1 book, but I want to do the Memrise course to kind of revise the vocabulary that I learned there. I'm about halfway through, I think, but I definitely want to finish that one so that I know that I really know all the content in the first book. And my last goal is to write in my language diary. I try to write in it every now and then, just in one of my target languages, and I'd like to do that in like maybe 4 or 5 of my languages. I don't really know, just I'm going to practice writing more, and I think this is a good way to do it for me. But yeah, those are my goals for this summer. Let me know in the comments if you've also made some language learning goals for this summer, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!